I think that there is no upper bound on the number of babies that I could take in a fight.
My balls is dripping, which means they're well dressed.
Don't just take a seat, like, do it over and over. Select a few of them and do it in succession. I need you to sit down, calm yourself, stop what you're doing, but I need you to do it over and over and really dwell in it.
Hey, we're back. First Discord episode in a while.
It's the fellas. At least there's some kind of video. That's a, whoop. We'll turn off the air conditioning.
Okay, nice.
It's the fellas. We've got some kind of video. It's remote, but we're getting things warmed up, practicing, so we have a bit more of a system worked out for while we're 2,000 miles apart.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the fans at home, or for the subscribers back home, as we said last episode, they're going to have to get used to this new format, or I guess returning format.
Just more consistently than before.
Yeah, and for the audio listeners, it's the same fellas you know and love, so you're welcome. But anyway, Zane, as I'm off to do on these Discord episodes, I've come with a bit of a challenge, a bit of a little game for us.
Oft-coming.
Yes, oft-coming indeed. So if you let me just share my screen.
Oh boy, please.
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 Okay, go.
Please.
Live. Can you see that?
I can. Let me watch that stream and make it the full screen. Who wants to be a zillionaire?
Who wants to be a zillionaire? Zane, I will be challenging you to understanding Gen Z slang in the format of a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game show. And because we are so desperate for content, even if you lose, we're just going to keep going through the questions.
If we lose, we have to call someone else and get them over to my apartment to sit down in my chair and finish it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure Dropout Pat would do great in this. In fact, he was the inspiration for at least one of these questions.
By one, do you mean 15?
No, not exactly. So,
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is 15 questions the normal progression of questions on the real show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yes, it is. 15 questions.
Okay, I would have thought 20. I don't know why. I just assumed.
Yeah. But, so, for context, you have 3 lifelines up here. You have 50-50, which will eliminate 2 incorrect answers. You have Ask the Audience, which will ask a virtual audience what they think. Spoiler alert, I think it basically just tells you the right answer. And lastly, you have this arrow, which would usually be phone a friend, but in this case, also just gives you the right answer.
All right,
so you
13
get 2 freebies and a half freebie.
13 questions. Okay, 12 and a half questions. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to answer 12 and a half questions correctly.
I can probably handle that. What was that spooky shadow I saw moving behind you?
Spooky shadow. Oh, it could have been anyone or anything.
I hope it's the audience.
It may be the audience, yeah. Maybe I'll let you phone him. Who knows? But anyway, if we want to get started here.
Oh boy,
first question. Which one of these phrases means depressingly horny? Is it A, clapped, B, down bad, C, dead ass, or D, finna?
I'm finna try and win this money, dead ass. I'm finna win this money. That's what it would be. Dead ass. I know those 2 words, so it's gonna be clapped, zooted, or down bad. There's an alliteration between depressingly and down, and I'm gonna go with B, down bad.
Down bad. Is that your final answer?
Fuck, that's stressful. I thought it would just say I got it right already. God damn it, I almost wish I had a TikTok.
Are you sure?
Clapped. That just makes me think of syphilis. I'm going with down bad as my final answer.
Congratulations. You
Thank
made
you.
$100. We will be moving on.
Good, that'll cut into my
question
student
2.
loans.
Yeah, I will be Venmoing you the full amount that you win, so get ready for that. The next question. What does the acronym YKTV stand for? Is it A, Young Kids Television, B, Your King the Fifth, C, You Know the Vibes, or D, You Killed the Vibe?
It's definitely not young kids television because you said Gen Z slang and they're idiots, but I don't think they care about the Teletubbies too much.
Interesting reasoning.
Your King the Fifth? Nah, it's still in fashion to say fuck the monarchy.
Right. That's,
Can't be that. Yeah, I know you're gonna even be with me on that one. It couldn't be B. Plus the last question, the answer was B, so I'm not falling for that.
Yeah.
You know the vibes, you killed the vibe. Oh my god, it could literally be either. The intent and the tone is the same between, like, it's a different situation, but there's no real different vocabulary between those two options.
Right. It's hard to use context clues on this one.
There's no context clues when it's just an acronym.
Right.
And know versus killed are not Gen Z specific vocabularistics. Like, those aren't, it's the vibes that's relevant here, so.
Right.
And since that's shared between the two, fuck. I feel like it's more fun to roast someone with the entirety of a phrase than to just drop, like, a clap back with an acronym. Like, people talk acronyms when they're usually, I would say, in a more positive light. There's more LMAOs and ROFLs than there are IDGAFs.
FUs,
and the IDGAF is usually in a positive light anyway. I'm gonna go with You Know the Vibes.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, dude, that's my vibes and you know it.
Congratulations, $200 in the bank. Well done, Zane. Well done indeed.
Is there a time limit in the real show? There has to be, right?
Yeah, probably.
We're trying to do the opposite, so.
Yeah, exactly. I really want to hear your thoughts on every single answer.
Oh man, this is really a Zane heavy episode if you're not going to give me anything to work with.
Okay.
Oh,
I think I started it off pretty hard.
This is
these are coming in no particular order. They're supposed to get harder and harder, but I kind of just made it as I thought of it. Question the third. Which of these words would you not use to describe an enjoyable song? Is it A, clap, B, bop, C, slap, or D, bang?
I'll be honest, as was frequently an issue of mine throughout my educational career, I didn't read the question fully, and I was off the bat defensive because bop and slap are both words that I would use to describe an enjoyable song. And I was going to be angry that you were making me choose between them. But now, upon having had the narrator detail the entirety of the question, I wonder why the typo is describe and enjoyable.
Oh my goodness, that is a typo. Describe an enjoyable song.
I think that means I get a third freebie, right?
It doesn't.
Okay,
If you answered incorrectly and then we found out it was because of a typo, then I would have given you a freebie, but because we've addressed it before the answer was delivered, yeah, your honesty has not paid off here.
Never does, man. Never does. Yeah, well, we know for a fact that bops and slaps are all good things in the context of and enjoyable musics.
Right.
But clap versus bang. Again, clap is bringing me right back to the syphilis discussion of Yonder John. And, songs can be bangers. I don't know that a song bangs. There are songs to which one bangs, but that doesn't seem to be the same question. Yeah, I'm gonna keep riding the, fuck the clap wave that I've been on. Get that out of here.
You're going with a clap. Final answer?
No, I'd like to go with 2 claps, but since only one is an option, I'll go with a clap.
You You are cruising right along here, Mr. Cook. Well done. 3 questions, no lifelines used.
It's taken all 2 of my brain cells to link up and make it through these, though.
We'll see if you're a certified Gen Zer, a Zoomer, so to speak. After
A Zillionaire.
Okay. Question number 4. What does the word cracked mean? Is it A, addicted, B, highly skilled, C, mentally deficient, or D, quite unique?
Off the bat, I want to say cracked in this context is a negative, and 2 of the 4 are negative, but addicted, cracked, that's not a Gen Z word. That's a boomer-ass word from the 80s and the 90s, and the addiction crack epidemic. That's not the way that these new, dyed hair TikTokers are going to be using this word. They repurpose everything. They turn this shit around.
Right. They're very creative, the Gen Zers.
Yeah. And by creative, they take things already in existence and then just kind of twist it, yeah.
Yeah, they remix,
I mean, I guess. I'm generally unimpressed by what would pass as creativity of them. Putting a bunch of people... I mean, I guess they shine in... TikTok is the only thing I can think of where they shine. But there's creativity in TikTok, like when the challenge is to crack your skull against the wall or whatever. Like, that's pretty cool. That's original. Yeah. I don't know that a lot of generations have deliberately tried to give themselves CTE at age 14.
Yeah, that is, I would say, novel indeed.
Groundbreaking, yeah.
Wall breaking.
Skull breaking.
Yeah, in the worst case.
That type of skull cracked could lead to answer C, which, for that reason, is what I'm leaning towards. Not there yet, though.
I see.
Well, credit where it's due. Some of the TikTok dances can be pretty good, but that's the only thing that I can think of that is like an original thought of the Gen Zers, and even that is generally not original in its entirety. I just know that there are people who are actual choreographers that have become popular on TikTok.
Yeah, people who started music careers on TikTok.
Yeah, but I'm not going to give props to the music careers that I've heard that started off TikTok. That's like saying Bad Barbie is an icon of rap, and...
she started on Dr. Phil.
Yep.
Or was that Bad Baby? I don't know. There's a lot of bad women in hip-hop these days, I think.
A lot of bahads.
Yeah, they're all bahads, exactly. Oh, bahad would have been a good word to put in this quiz. I don't think it shows up.
Anyway, we can cross out A, because that is not even twisting things around. That's not even the quasi-creativity that they like to pat themselves on the back for.
I see.
Highly skilled? Not all it's cracked up to be. Again, already existing phrase, not a unique twist that the Gen Zers would be using. I think that something being cracked up would be an older term. I'm not going to use that either. And quite unique just doesn't seem like a fit to me. Cracked. Yeah, cracked sounds like a short, catchy, it's got those hard syllables, it'd be a fun word to say, to throw at someone, and after you run your skull into the wall a few times trying to crack it, you might be cracked. I think I'm going to go with C.
C, mentally deficient.
But before you hit answer, what was the actual... that was an actual TikTok thing, right? Like, the whole, skull crack thing, or it got passed around with that title? I saw news articles about this. Like, multiple people had cracked skulls trying to do this challenge on TikTok. And I don't know if that was the goal, but it kept happening to people, and they kept fucking trying it, so...
Honestly, it might be. I mean, I have a TikTok, but I don't really know TikTok culture. Like, there are, famous TikTokers who I've never heard of at all, or,
almost
really
all of them.
Any of them. I don't know almost any by name.
Charli D'Amelio has a Dunkin' drink, and that is the extent.
she's the biggest one on the entire platform. I've heard of her, but literally other than that, I don't think I can name one.
Yep, same.
Except for this one guy, I follow 2 people on TikTok. One of them is our friend Jake Rudolph. Follow Jake Rudolph for his singing. And 2 is this guy Not Clay, who just makes like funny things every once in a while.
I've seen TikToks that are funny, but never enough that has convinced me to make an account or search it out or follow people to see more of it.
Right.
Yep, I'm gonna go with mentally deficient.
You're going with mentally deficient.
Always do.
Final answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck!
I'm sorry, Zane.
Fuck!
Cracked means highly skilled. This was the one that Pat Dropout inspired me to put because he loves using the word cracked. He uses it quite often to describe people he's playing Rocket League with, if I'm not mistaken.
Honestly, he could use that in context and I still wouldn't have been able to decide between B and C.
Fair enough. Okay, so we'll take one question off the board. I think we might have to. Oh God.
What? That's just what?
I don't know. Shut up. Okay. Start this game over. All right.
already
Bingo. Yep. Okay.
Down bad. You know the
your
vibes.
lives.
I'm killing this.
Clap.
And then 50-50. 50-50. I did it. What?
Now this was a word that was new to me recently, but apparently it is everywhere. Although I've never heard it in the wild.
Making a note for you. Right around 16 and a half minutes, I'm dropping my audio a little bit because I've been peaking. I don't know how,
Gotcha.
if you know how to use like the little keyframes so you can drag the volume within a clip, but
Yeah.
yeah, you might
All
want
good.
to drop that first stretch for a bit, but I'll try and keep it a little more reasonable from here on. Anyway,
Okay.
chuggy.
But yes, apparently this word is everywhere, although I've never heard someone actually say it naturally other than discussing that it is everywhere. But the word is chuggy, and I want to know what it means. Is it A, comfortable, B, funny, C, large, or D, uncool?
I have literally no idea. I have literally no idea. It could be any of those. It's an adjective, and they're all adjectives, and that's as far as I've gotten in my analysis.
I was thinking when I was doing this, like, oh, can my lifelines be like, you know, like spelling bee lifelines, like can
Use
you
it in a
use
sentence.
like all that kind of stuff. But the questions are too diverse for them to be universal like that, so I just kept the regular ones. You could use a lifeline on this.
I'm gonna use a 50-50.
Okay, really, a 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget
Chuggy.
it's not large and it's not comfortable.
Yes.
I gotta be honest, those were
Has narrowed
probably
it
the
down to B, funny, and D, uncool.
those were probably the two I was least likely to pick.
Dude,
Fuck.
that's the curse of the 50-50. That's literally always how it goes, somehow. 50-50 will always eliminate the two least helpful ones.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
I'm feeling chuggy about it. Oh, that doesn't feel right. Oh.
What are we thinking?
E-U-G. This... I can't think of any etymology that's similar to that would give any hint, any hints at all. I can't think of like homonyms in terms of how it sounds. Like chug is the closest word, and that's so out of context it doesn't help at all. Chuggy.
Right.
People talk about funny shit more than they talk about uncool shit, and that's about where I am in my rationalization so far. That's the best I've got. I'm gonna go with funny.
You're going with funny.
Fuck, dude. I hope so.
Zane, is this your final answer?
No.
No, it isn't. Okay.
Ah, chuggy. Chuggy, choo-choo. Can you use it in a sentence? That kid's so chuggy.
I'll use it in a sentence. I need you to please define chuggy.
I hate you. Oh. At least there's some small comfort in knowing that the worse I do on this, the less TikTok I am.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll trade
more
the
boomer.
I'll trade the tuition money for that. We're tail end millennial, dude. Don't you forget it. Avocado toast and rental struggles. I mean, not for you, you landlord.
Dab on him.
You're a boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's send it with funny. There's not anything else I can mine out of this sentence. And I'm not going to use a second lifeline on it.
Okay.
Ah!
Zane, I need to inform you. You're pretty chuggy, and the answer was uncool. Now we gotta go back through it again real quick. I might cut some of this out.
Well, maybe not. It'll give me time to reflect along the way. You
Oh
idiot!
wait, I'm dumb. Okay.
For the audio listeners, which
down bad.
honestly, this isn't the most. Well, we're talking about it out loud. The audio listeners,
yeah.
Steve got question 1 wrong after we
I
got it
know.
right twice already.
I just remember that clap was an answer.
Yeah, idiot. This one. Oh, man. I gotta be honest, the more I learn about their slang, the less I respect them as a generation.
Okay. On to question number 6. You've now missed 2 of them.
What
Which of
the
these
fuck?
words does not mean money? Is it, remember, which one of these words does not mean money? Is it A, chingy, B, skrilla, C, guap, or D, the bag?
I know the bag, thanks to Future. You pick up the bag and fumble it, I pick up the bag and twist it and
Flip it
tumble
and
it or
tumble
something.
it.
Yeah, whip it and tumble,
Yeah.
take it and run with it, some shit like that. I know you gotta secure
You
the
sound
bag.
like such a dad. It's also not Future. I think it's 21 Savage. But I could be wrong.
Do they collab? I don't know. You listen to way more Repay than I do. Yeah, well, I know that lyric enough from the cheer team, and I know Andrew Schultz talking about securing the bag with people selling out and shit. So,
You have
easy
experience
money.
with the bag.
Easy bag. We can cross that off. Easy money.
Gotcha.
Same with guap. Just tangential rap lyrics, probably B-Boy Guac teaching me about
Let's
guap.
see.
It's that guap
Okay.
shit that make
Yeah.
rappers' hoes go na-na-na, na-na-na, na. I'd punch my
Yeah,
mother in the
punch
gut
my
for
mother in the gut
$20.
for $20. Yeah, exactly.
It's that guap shit. Thank you. Ben and Jerry's. That's the YouTube sketch group you like, right?
You nailed it.
But then we're down to Chingy and Skrilla.
Down to A, chingy, and B, skrilla.
Skrilla sounds a lot more like rap ad-libs than than an actual concept.
Like a skirt, perhaps?
Exactly. It's real close to Skrillex, who is commercially and widely successful.
Right.
But Chingy makes me think of cha-ching, which might be the more direct and obvious connection. Oh. And here's a great example of me losing respect for all of the 18 and unders that use this shit to, like, conduct their lives.
Right.
It's the unironic that bothers me. Like, our friends that use guap, it's funny.
Yeah.
And we know
right,
it's
right.
funny. But
I
if
would
you
never say that to someone who I wanted to
to hire me, exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drop any of these in a job interview.
Right. So how much guap we talking here?
None. Next applicant, please.
What's my bag look like when I'm working here?
Brown paper with golden arches printed on the side. Yeah, I gotta go with Chingy, as in cha-chingy, because Skrilla just doesn't have any connection for me. But then again, that's exactly what the fuck a chuggy is, so...
Very true.
Yeah, Chingy, not chuggy.
You're going with chingy?
No, wait, no, Chingy is a money word.
You think chingy is money? You're going with skrilla.
Yeah, get that Skrilla shit out of here. I guess.
B. Skrilla. Final answer?
I fucking hope so. Gotta get this momentum back.
Zane?
I pick up the bag and...
It's
Fumbled it!
You have fumbled the Skrilla, so to speak.
I've never once heard that in my life, and I've never been happier to say that I had no idea how to answer a question.
Yeah, Chingy, I totally made up for this. Oh,
Skrilla,
boy.
they
All
totally
right.
made up. The difference is some dipshit on TikTok said it, so now it caught on.
I think Skrilla might be older than that. I don't know.
Never heard it before in my life.
All right, now just cruising through the other questions to get back there.
I'm starting to lean into it. The more of these I miss and the more of these I learn about, the happier I am. I hope
The prouder you are of yourself.
Genuinely, I hope I don't remember them after having learned them from this game. I want to play this next week and do worse than I did today.
Yeah, you don't want to get cracked at this shit. I see. Okay.
Yeah, fuck that.
Okay. Question 7. You have now answered 3 incorrectly. Which of these words means to roast or insult? Is it A, drag, B, fire, C, snatch, or D, roll?
Fire would make too much sense, and also is a positive thing. If some shit's fire, you're not roasting it. Get that shit out of here.
Culture.
Snatch, we're either talking about lady parts, Olympic lifts, or grabbing Floyd Money Mayweather's hat off his head before promoting your boxing match. That's not it either. Deep cut. If people know what that is, then I'm disappointed in myself for making the reference. It's gonna be drag or roll, but drag also... That's a word that's already owned. That's that LGBT showmanship. That's not one that they're taking over.
I see.
The Gen Zers have a lot of clout and they can rise up against a lot of shit, but they're not gonna overtake the proud drag community. No way do they have that kind of power. They just don't.
See.
They just don't. When you see Jake Paul in LA riots and then look at a pride parade, who do you think's gonna win that fight? Like, easy.
I don't know. Jake Paul hasn't lost a fight yet, has he?
Let me know when he fights a fighter.
Someone
Or
real. Like
a
Ben
boxer.
Askren?
A
Someone
boxer.
real?
A boxer. Not retired dad bod minus 40 pounds. Get out of here.
Right.
I don't need to make this argument because he's already got enough professional MMA people riled up enough to make this argument. Plus, we don't need to gas him up on the Fellas podcast. He doesn't deserve that kind of coverage.
Yeah, we're an anti Jake Paul podcast firmly.
Although I will say, Logan Paul, minus the whole Japan Forest thing, which he really seems to have tried to pull away from and make amends for, he seems like an introspective, thoughtful dude. I bet I would get along with him.
He's at least chilled out for sure.
Yeah.
He's at least chilled out.
The younger one can eat a dick. It's funny. Good for him for getting his Skrilla, but...
Yeah, his Skrilla, his bag.
That felt bad saying it. But yeah, no, Logan seems cool. Maybe we'll have him on the podcast at some point. We'll see if he deserves that type of exposure.
We might have to go on his first to give, do him the favor of going on his first, but
That's
see.
fair. He's got a nicer desk setup than we do.
Yeah, very true. It's
And
also
also
not virtual.
Everything else about it. Except the company. Now, honestly, his co-host, Mike, whatever the hell his last name is, also pretty fucking funny. I've checked it out once or twice. Anyway,
you seem to have been distracted from which of these words means to roast or insult. You seem to be trying to pick between A, drag, and D, roll.
but I don't think drag. Stuff is a drag. Things are a drag. That's a word from the 80s, from the 90s. There's drag queens. There's too much on that. That wouldn't be the out of left field, this makes no fucking sense type of shit that Gen Z do.
I see.
I lean towards
no
roll.
Skrilla.
Also, I lean towards roll because depending on the comedian and the podcast that I'm listening to, I've heard it called the spin cycle, tumble. Like these things work. I like the spin cycle when you got 2, 3, 4 dudes all roasting one guy and it's just a big gang up, all in good fun with your friends. You got them in the spin cycle, and that is effectively a synonym for roll. I think if you're roasting or insulting, you're rolling them. You got them rolling.
You're going with D, roll. Zane, is this your final answer?
Yes, and I wouldn't even be upset if this one's correct.
You wouldn't be upset if this one was correct. Well, Zane, I have news for you. It is not correct.
I think that one's wrong. I think I've heard roll used. Drag? I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, dude, you fucking drag bitches, dude. When you want everyone to know how much of a stupid slut they are, dude, you fucking drag them through the mud.
Yikes. Yeah, I mean, dragging someone's name through the mud is more of like a 1960s thing, not so much a Gen Z. I don't know. I think that the fault's on the question coordinator for that one. I disagree.
If you can find an
disagree.
example of people using roll as a synonym for insult or roast, because people definitely use drag.
Well, I'm the one recording the screen right now, so I'm not going to pull up a Google tab.
Okay. We'll do a fact check later.
Yeah, I just disagree. That's okay.
We'll let the commenters decide if you are validated or vindicated on this one. We have
On the bright
Chewy
side,
is uncool.
as soon as I keep missing all of these, we're definitely going to fill enough time clicking back through.
Yeah, very true. That is a good amount of time. Which of these words does not mean money? Chingy.
God, I feel like I'm less likely than ever to engage with somebody who's under the age of 21 after playing this game.
Okay. Question
C.
8. You are now
C.
4 incorrect and 3 right.
C.
You don't all hear, well, 1, we're going to read the question for our audio listeners, a large part of our audience, so they know what they're talking about. The question is, when talking about someone's quote-unquote drip, what are you referring to?
Shouldn't that be
Is it
quote,
A?
drip, unquote?
Quote, drip, unquote.
I mean, you got
Quote-unquote drip. The pause in the sentence lets you know where the unquote happens.
Apparently right before drip. I'm just saying. I'm reading it. I'm looking at it. I see a quote and then drip and then quote. Maybe this
Fair
is just
enough.
how the
Their
Gen Zs
quote,
do.
drip, unquote. What are you referring to? Their sweat, A. B. Their hair. C. Their outfit. Or D. Their attitude. You seem pretty confident that it's C. Their outfit.
Well, the problem is you can cross off A and B at the same time because look at you, Steven. It's 90 degrees today and your hair and your sweat be dripping. If the answer is equally correct for both, then it's not the correct answer.
Wow.
MCAT study tip.
That's, yeah. Astute.
And their attitude, I know drippy attitudes. I've been there. I dated them. It's not what they. It's not Gen Z. That's everyone.
Okay.
We got those in every generation.
I've been calling bitches drippy since I could walk.
You're really on that misogynist drip today, aren't you, with your attitude?
Bitches means people, like the way fellas could be anybody.
Yeah, I guess
You
you're
can
right.
call your boys a bitch, you can call your girls a bitch.
I don't see gender.
Yeah, exactly.
That might be the fix. Just I don't see gender. Never mind
I'm
spectrum.
gender blind.
There's not 72 plus. There is one big blurred spectrum. It's all dripping together for me. Yeah.
I only see drip.
Yeah, not if you're looking at me. That's how I know it's C, outfit. I do not have drip. No, I've heard this one a bunch. Drip is an easy answer.
C, final answer.
Yeah, this one should have been question 1.
Zane, your confidence has served you well. Correct. You are now 4-4 going into question 9, running a perfectly even balanced game.
As all things should be.
As all things should be.
You should have had Skrilla anchoring this bullshit.
Okay. Question 9. What does the phrase, quote, sending me, unquote, mean?
Quote unquote sending me.
Is it A, making me angry, B, making me laugh, C, making me leave, or D, making me sad?
Alright, we gotta start with the low-hanging fruit. It's a warm day, the boys are not sucked up into the stomach.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Low-hanging fruit.
Oh, okay. I put it together now.
You know, drip. Well, making me leave is
My balls is dripping. Which means they're well dressed.
Pull them down and you got like a chain wallet on the side of your sack.
There's a little tuxedo on them.
Do you think they sell that on Etsy?
There was a kid who I wrestled actually in the national finals my sophomore year who
Wore a sack tuxedo.
brought a tuxedo pattern, like basically banana hammock Speedo, like very thin and just a tuxedo over his junk.
I respect that a lot.
Yeah, he was flamboyant and annoying, but anyway.
Did you win?
No, he was like a pro fighter and stuff, and he beat me in the finals. It was rough.
Was he wearing a banana hammock when he beat you?
I don't think so. I think he was wearing compression shorts like the rest of us. But you never know. I didn't see him afterwards take off his singlet, so he could have been.
If you want real drip, you got to bring it back to those Grecian times and just do it naked.
Well, there's no drip there, because there is no outfit, as we've established.
I think a birthday suit qualifies as a well-dressed suit.
As prime drip.
Driptimus Prime, yes. Anyway,
sending back to sending me.
Sending me is almost a direct synonym of making me leave. Like, if you're sending me somewhere, I am leaving to go to there. That is, not that this logic has actually done much for my record so far, but that's too shallow, too surface level. It's not convoluted enough for the Gen Zers out there.
Right.
This is going to be the episode where we really expand our viewership, by the way. This is what's going to draw in the young ones.
As you constantly insult all of them.
This and our Roblox sponsorship. This is what's going to get them.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, another tangent. Did you see that they are in the process of bringing RuneScape to VR?
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like... I don't know. Is that game going to be any better in VR?
I don't know. I didn't play it, but people love it.
Yeah, me neither.
Anyway, I'm not going to make me leave if you're sending me. I think that's too flat, too simple, too pure. Oh, right. I have two more lifelines. I shouldn't forget that.
Yeah. So here's the thing about the lifelines is I think they take all the fun out of it. So you can just keep using... You can use... We'll say you get 3 50/50s. How about that?
At the
because
rate
the other ones just give you the answer. And it's not like if you were still going for a perfect game, I'd be like, okay, we'll throw a couple freebies in there. But at this point, it's just like...
I'm barely going for a 50-50 game.
Yeah, exactly.
Some more 50-50s. All right, that works. Well...
Yeah.
Yeah, so not making me leave. Now sending me. Making me sad, that could be sending me into my bag, but not the money bag, that's the other bag. See, my bag is a millennial one with depression, and then the bag is the Gen Z money. They are more optimistic. Flamboyant, stupid, maybe, but they seem to have less of the mental health struggles that so many of our peers are living with. It seems it seems like that's the flavor of millennial. We're bearing the weight of everything that the boomers fucked up. And also, we don't live exclusively in TikTok and memes.
Right, we just live in depression, I see.
Yeah, I think that we kind of got that shaft part of the deal. So I don't think making me sad, sending me.
Okay.
Sending it, that sounds like sending it is super fun. Sending me should be fun. Making me sad, it just feels like a disconnect. I don't love that.
Right.
Making me angry. You're sending me into a rage, send me into a fit. Sure, that fucking works, but again, it doesn't really fit the tone that I would go for if I were dictating the Gen Z verbiage. Now, if you're sending me into fits of laughter, I can get behind that.
Right.
If I choose option B and sending me is making me laugh, that is one of the very few slang phrases so far that I might adopt in my own life.
I see. So are you going the optimist route and making me laugh, which you also want it to be?
Like when we drag John into a role and we're all dying laughing, that shit was sending me.
Right.
I got sent.
Would be how it was used if that was the definition.
Yeah, you know? I'm gonna take smile over the millennial depression. We're gonna go with B, making me laugh.
B, make me laugh. Final answer. Let's see if this answer sends Zane. And you are correct. Sending me is indeed a positive phrase, meaning making me laugh. Something that's very funny will send you. A good classic meme will send you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done. So what's the score now? 5 and 4?
We are positive, baby. Oh, no.
Absolutely. Going into question 10, the double digits for $32,000. When someone says, I'm baby, they are calling themselves A, young, B, helpless, C, cute, or D, popular.
Is this like duh baby? Or like a bad baby?
I will say this is not in reference to DaBaby.
Okay, okay. See, if I break this down, yeah, that would be a capital B.
Of course.
The
Or
second-
I'm DaBaby. Or I'm baby on baby. That's a song, I think.
I guess so. Well, probably in reference to the slang and also DaBaby. But fuck do I know. I am baby, if we break apart this apostrophe, this contraction. Contractions, baby, pregnant. Nope, not one of the answers. Okay. I'm baby can't mean young for the reason that I've basically defaulted to on every one of these so far, with absolutely middling results. Helpless. Babies are helpless, but that's also a pretty fucking apparent connotation. Like, I could fight easy 100 babies, maybe more.
Right.
I think as many
Due to their
babies
helplessness.
as are possible before I drown beneath the defeated babies or run out of energy and take a nap. I think that there is no upper bound on the number of babies that I could take in a fight.
Right.
So they're extremely helpless. It can't be the right answer. I'm baby cute. I'm baby popular. I don't know. Like, somebody can be.
This may be a lifeline question.
It might be because babies are cute. That's like a literal biological evolutionary thing. We see babies with those dumb fucking big eyes and little necks, features as cute, so that we feel a biological imperative to protect and shelter them. Like, that makes real sense. But the problem is, that means 3 of these answers make sense, and I don't trust Gen Z to make sense.
Ah, I see.
But I'm baby, meaning popular. Somebody can be the media's darling or the media's baby. Like, I've heard that phrase, I think, outside of Gen Z context. I hate this because all of the answers do make sense this time. Very stark contrast to why I've hated most of the slang so far. The problem is, it's not a made-up fucking word. It's a real word that real people use for real things, like babies.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to 50-50, although I am gonna go out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with an initial guess of I bet it's D, popular.
You think it's D? Okay.
I think it's D. Follow-up is C, so watch. This 50-50 will get rid of A and B and leave me with no help. Oh!
Ooh.
A and C
Got
are
rid of
gone.
A and C. You are left with B, helpless, and D, popular.
D, popular.
Which of these you think it's D, popular?
No, not that confident, but I think maybe. I'm baby. I don't know. How often are people saying that they're helpless? Is that like a comment? Is that like a TikTok trend? I'm fucking useless. Help me. Support. Donate to my OnlyFans. Oh.
Ah, shit. I just walked into that one.
Oh, set myself up, closed the door. I was baby to avoid it. Nah, I fucking hate that. I gotta go with popular. Even if it brings me back to a neutral record. I don't like the answer B. We're gonna go with D, popular.
D, popular. Final answer. Yeah. Zane, I would like to inform you that you are baby.
Fuck!
And the answer is B, helpless.
That's so on the nose. Why does that even count as slang? Just because they say I am baby instead of using
I'm
an
baby.
article like a or the?
Correct. Like one of the context that it gave on the website I saw this on was, no, I can't do the dishes, I'm baby.
Fuck, that is kind of funny.
All right, we are back to 5 and 5 going into question 11.
God, I hate this.
The 50-50s have not helped you out here, have they?
Yeah, I mean, it's Gen Z slang. It's a 0-0-0-0 game.
Oh my
Fuck.
goodness, now I gotta go back through here.
I'm trying not to look at the screen when you click back through so that I don't ingrain these into myself. You need to know.
Are all these sounds coming through the whole time? Because that's going to be annoying as fuck to listen to.
All the sounds like your chair squeaking?
No. So every time I click anything, basically, there's a sound that happens. I don't know if those are coming through on your end.
Nope. It and as
that's good. Like, okay.
Yeah, sorry,
Whatever.
bud.
I might add them in. I might add in some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music in the background too. It's looping, so that should be pretty easy. Which of these words does not mean money?
Chingy. That's pretty close to a racial slur, Steve. I don't like that you made that up so easily.
Yeah, that came straight out of my racist ass brain. Their outfit. Okay, sending me, making me laugh. That was a good one.
Right. You're goddamn right.
And helpless. Okay.
Hit him with a Hamilton.
Next, we are now 5 and 5, running an even game. Question 11 for $64,000. Which of these phrases would you not say to someone who is annoying? I know it's a long, complicated question, so I'll repeat it. Which of these phrases would you not say to someone who is annoying? A, you are doing the most. B, you are so extra. C, you are such a stan. Or D, take several seats.
If I was a Sebastian stan, I would happily accept it. So I don't think that that's an annoying synonym, but we'll come back to it.
Okay.
Lead answer, you are such a stan. I don't think that's an annoying thing. Now, what you don't know is that I have an inbuilt advantage on this question because A and B have been used towards me several times by several people for several years.
I see. All the context required. And I am quite annoying.
Exactly.
I am oft to annoy.
Doing the most I get all the time, including from lovely Molly, who we're allowed to dox now that she's been a guest.
Absolutely.
She calls it the most, TM, like trademark, but also the most. Kind of a little double meaning there.
Yeah, there's some
Like
levels.
if you write out the most and then put a small TM above the most, she uses the phrase the most about a lot of things that I do a lot of the time. So.
I see. I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Aww.
Well, not in the annoying way, but you definitely do the most.
Also, so extra, dead synonym. For the same reason as the MCAT tip I gave earlier, 2 of those, same exact answer. We're looking to eliminate 3. Those are both out. Doing the most and being so extra are both things that you would say to someone who is annoying. Check, please. That's me. Now, take several seats. I love that phrase. I don't think I've heard it yet, but I can say that that is my contender for the favorite slang of the night. That is...
I see. That's the VIP slang.
That's pretty fucking funny. Like, don't just take a seat, like, do it over and over. Select a few of them and do it in succession. I need you to sit down, calm yourself, stop what you're doing, but I need you to do it over and over and really dwell in it.
Yeah, get up.
Love that
Take
phrase.
another seat.
Like, exactly. Stop whatever you are currently doing, sit down, cool it, get away from me, stop, chill. Then get up and cool it again, just for an extra cycle of cool. And then maybe once or twice more to really drive it home. Take several seats has to be another concept for annoying. I love it. But
Right.
stan, such a stan, capital S stan. Is this a name? Is this a reference? Is this just a noun that we're capitalizing like it's German? All I've heard in the terms of slang with stan is that we stan a blank. I don't know if that's we stand because JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or some
Anime
other
really get into the mainstream.
or some other explanation, but contextually I've at least been able to hear that we stan a blank means we agree with or support, like voting initiatives or some shit. I know of people being like, oh, we stand that. I'm like, all right, that's the most. You should take several seats.
Yeah.
But you are such a stan.
We stan a humble king.
Yeah. Not that I've heard that, but exactly. We would approve of and appreciate a humble king.
Yeah.
Kind of the opposite. However, the rest of these feel pretty clear, so I'm going to say you are such a stan, not annoying.
Final answer?
Yup.
Zane? You are correct. It is You Are Such a Stan. Fun fact, you were asking where the word stan comes from.
Please tell.
It is a reference to an Eminem song called Stan.
Is that the one who writes the fan? He's the
yes.
Fan. Ah.
The main character of the song, the protagonist of the song Stan, is Eminem's greatest fan.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very strange that it's come back now, because I remember listening to that song when I was in like 3rd grade, maybe. Like, it's not new.
You want to know the weirdest or the strongest connection I have to that song? When I was doing that summer program where I was like a counselor teacher at Princeton for high school age kids, middle high school, I was in the Princeton gym with all of like 4 other people in the summer, and I had no access to the university Wi-Fi in like that section of campus, and for whatever reason, one of the very few things I had downloaded was like a smattering of Eminem songs. So I remember distinctly wandering around that gym, looking for the equipment that I needed, hearing the lyrics to that song, going, oh, I've heard clips of this, but like for the first time ever, listening to it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a great song.
Yeah,
like,
no, I mean, he's a fucking
it's
undeniable
lovely.
talent, but how does that come back around to we stan? Like being a fan of?
Yeah, exactly.
We verb stand the fan, this thing?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Or
Alright.
you could use it as a noun, like, I am a, I don't know, Joe Rogan stan.
Okay, well, I see an ant on my wall, which is the second ant I've seen today, and also the second ant I've seen in my apartment in the 19 months that I've lived here.
Good thing you're getting the hell out, right?
Yeah, huh. This is weird. I don't like this. Where are the rest? Anyway, next question.
We do not stan an ant. All right, next question.
I stand int.
Wait, that might... What you just said might have to do with the next question. But we're
No.
moving on to question 12. You are now 6 and 5, going positive on your Gen Z lingo. And it is... Which spelling of the word period is commonly used for emphasis? Is it period t with a T at the end, period d with a D at the end, period duh, or period?
Fuck. It's not period with a double D, because that's lame relative to the other options. I've had enough. These slangs have sent me enough times that I have enough faith in Gen Z to do better than that.
I see.
Period, I think, is the funniest, adding a T on the end because it does not flow, and that really emphasizes it with that hard, sharp consonant. Period.
Right.
Period. Yeah, that's tough. Period is funnier to say, but I don't know that it adds emphasis as well.
I see.
Plus, people would just confuse that. There's a lot of dumbins, and period, P-E-R-E-I-T, that wouldn't flow unless you're saying it out loud.
It's a little bit too far off, you see.
Yeah. Period is funny. but for emphasis, now that fucking Stanton thing is really skewing my opinion towards period. 3 more after this. I don't want to use my last 50-50.
You got one more 50-50 left.
Period. That's lame. That's low-hanging fruit. That's too easy. Here we go. I'm going out on a limb and trusting them to be better. Let's see if this one time where I give them the slack, if they deliver. I'm gonna say A. Period.
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 With a T at the end. A. Zane, is this your final answer?
A.
Zane. You are correct. Period.
It's like pergananat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just funnier that way. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like period.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty funny. God,
Dude,
I hate that I'm coming
pulling
around
away with this one.
I only need one more to go positive on this run.
Yeah, 7 and 5. Next
Alright.
question, number 13 for $250,000. What does the phrase "no cap" mean? Does it mean I'm finished? Does it mean B, don't hate me? C, I'm not wearing a hat? Or D, I'm not lying?
Exhales through nose. Yeah, I'm
Push his
finished.
glasses up.
No cap. I'm finished. No nightcap. I'm done drinking. Nah. I'm finished. No cap. No capella. No acapella. No, that's not it. I don't know. You could cap something off. You could finish something up. You can. There's a capstone. I'm finished. That fits, but I'm using real world references. That's not how they roll.
Right.
That's how they drag. Don't hate me, no cap. Maybe. No capitulation, but no, that would be hating. Yeah, I don't think don't hate me fits. I don't think I'm finished fits. I'm not wearing a hat, no cap. That definitely fits. It does. But no cap. I'm not lying. I don't know. Short, sweet, sharp, no cap. Finish up whatever you're saying, whatever you're ranting, no cap. I'm not lying. I don't know. That has the least actual connection, and for that reason, I think it's the best choice. That's you!
Bless you.
No, bless you. I don't know.
I wish there was a Gen Z form of bless you that I could have used right there. And maybe there is, but I don't know it.
Gazooned heel.
That's the one.
Better than Gazoon Heil.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you really saved it at the end.
I'm finished, no cap. Don't hate me, no cap. I'm not wearing a hat, no cap. I'm not lying, no cap. Fuck. It's not C, because I'd be too happy if it was.
How often would that be used in conversation?
Ask me. You're like, oh, Steve, I see that you're wearing a hat today. You must be extra sweaty. And you say, what about you? No cap? Say,
No cap.
Yeah, word dog.
Yeah, true. And that's church.
I'm finished. Don't hate me. Might be. Oh, it might be B. Don't hate me. Because a cap could be from a shooter. Rat-ta-ta-ta. Don't bust a cap in my ass. No cap. Don't hate me. Or murder me.
Either one.
I think that is not the worst option, but I'm going to go with D.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. No cap. It feels like something that you would toss on the end of something you're saying, like no cap, which maybe is don't hate me, but I feel like that's redundant and silly for I'm finished. I think I'm not lying. I think that's something that you might actually want to say if you're telling a crazy story, talking about some wild shit that went down. No cap, dog.
You're
I'm
going
not
with
lying.
D. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, dog. No cap.
Zane? No cap? You are correct.
I hate how much I heated up late in this game. I think I'm starting to
Yes,
get
no
inside
cap
their
is-
head.
No cap will be thrown at the end of a statement to indicate that you are being honest.
I don't know the roots of that. I just went by the sound. It feels like something that is when you would throw it out.
Zane, you are now 8-5.
All right, I guess
You've
so.
locked up the positive record. But let's see how strong you can finish moving into question 14 for $500,000.
I mean, really, this is for 16.
Oh no! What the heck happened?
Oh boy.
Okay. Which one of these is not positive? Is it A, gas, B, holy, C, poggers, or D, lit?
Well, you can light gas on fire. You can light up gas. I've seen people light farts on video. So those are synonyms, and they're both not the right answer. No,
Right.
It's lit, fam. We got old Miggs from a particular organization of which we were both a part, who I would say was famous within that circle for their use of lit. And it was
Right.
always positive. Was that
Of
abstract
course.
enough that you followed it, but nobody else will?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe some listeners, but
Okay.
I gotcha.
You said, I think so, and for a second I was worried that you didn't follow it. Come on, Steve. Okay, gas. Also, positive thing. All gas, I heard Matty Matheson, crazy-ass Canadian chef and personality on Rogan recently, and over and over with his real high energy, high tempo talking, it was, yeah, all gas. All gas was the joke he was making. So, also, a positive thing. All gas, no brakes. That's all positive. If it's lit, if it's gas, it's good. You text the plug.
Okay.
Holy. That could be the Florida Georgia Line song, High on Loving You. That's a positive. But it could also be holy shit. Which could be good or bad. That's ambiguous.
Right.
It could be holy as in the Holy See. Getting all Vatican with it. And that's not positive.
The Holy See?
S-E-E.
Is that a place?
Holy See. I forget if that is the Vatican or if it refers to like the seat of the papacy, but the Holy See is that's a straight up Catholic thing.
Okay.
It's either like
Gen Z and
it's either
Catholics.
the Pope, the office of the Pope, or the Vatican, broadly speaking, is the Holy See, and I forget which, but it's S-E-E.
Okay.
Poggers is just fucking fun. I've never heard it. It sounds British more than Gen Z. You're absolutely poggers, mate. Oh. It's probably gas and lit being out of the equation. Holy is probably the other positive one, but I've got record to burn. I'm going to go ahead and say poggers. Poggers is positive.
Right.
So fuck a holy.
You're saying B, holy is not positive. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, poggers sounds wild, wonky, whacked out. I'd get along with it. If you told me something was absolutely poggers, I'd say let's go check that out.
Zane,
Yeah?
you are the Pog champ because poggers is absolutely a positive.
Oh wait, play of the game.
Yeah, boy.
I did not connect pog and poggers at all.
Right.
Oops.
Funny enough, Pog was also a millennial slang term meaning fat ass white girl spelled
With a PH.
P-A-W-G.
Yeah,
But
because
now it's P-O-G.
that's pog and this is pog. It's all in the
So
throat.
now, Zane, you are 9-5, doing pretty good. Moving into this last $1 million question with a 50-50 still left if you
I know
choose
it.
to use it.
Why would
if you
I
don't
not?
want to just flex on everybody. Moving on to the final question.
Listen, at best, I'm getting 2/3
Wait,
of them
what?
right.
What the heck? Where'd it go?
To the beginning. When you hit back, it must have fucked it up. Click all the way back through again, Steven.
Oh my god. Alright, a trip down memory lane. Yep. The first one was down bad. Oh wait, now we're back to 15. Okay. All we had to do was do question 1. The final question. You are 9-5. with one 50-50 lifeline left. Which of these phrases means to get into a fight? Is it A, to bust up, B, to drax they sklounced, C, to catch a fade, or D, to play hot?
Catch a fade's gotta mean a haircut. Bust up would be busting up a party, or busting up with laughter, or busting up someone's face. That one's ambiguous. To play hot? I mean, we can play touch football, but if you're playing hot, it might turn into a scrap. That's also possible. To drax they sklounced, I have no motherfucking idea. Sklounced. S-K-L-O-U-N-S-T. Can you use that in a sentence?
If I see some Terrys getting froggy, I'm gonna drax they sklounced.
Oh. I'm at best getting 2/3 of these right. Even if I knew the answer to this, there's nothing for me to gain by flexing without using my last 50-50.
Right.
To catch a fade could also be like, I don't know, man. If you get a nice bruise on the side of your head, maybe you're getting, that's a fade in fight terminology. I'm going to go ahead and say we got to use a 50-50, and I'm going to really,
Okay.
I'm going to hope it doesn't take to drax they sklounced out, because that's very fun to read.
Zane is using his 50-50 on the $1 million question. Let's see what it leaves him with.
No!
Ooh. It leaves him with A, to bust up, or C, to catch a fade.
To catch a fade.
I will say,
A
to
fade.
drax they sklounced, I pulled that from a Key and Peele episode.
That sounds exactly like where that would be from, yeah.
Yeah.
About fighting?
It's about fighting terrorists on a plane if they get froggy.
That's how you had that sentence ready. I thought you were going to say,
Yeah.
like, I'd love to drax they sklounced, or something completely
No.
unhelpful.
Yeah, it's if I see some Terrys getting froggy, I'm a drax they sklounced.
Oh my god, that's funny as shit. To bust up. Bust up sounds like it makes sense, and you said there was no particular order, so it doesn't mean that this is an extra tricky or difficult question. To catch a fade is also quite literally to run, at least what in my high school was a number 9 route as a tight end or wide receiver. A fade.
I see.
And you can catch a fade, which is literally catching a pass when you're running a fade route. That's a real football route. So catch a fade. That sounds like it's got origins in football, not in sharp barber haircuts. But catching a fade, that's usually you're going long. That might be to score a touchdown. I bet that's a positive thing, not to get in a fight. To bust up. Bust up sounds so simple, though. It's right there. That's Indiana Jones in the temple. The golden statue's right in front of me on this altar. Is it worth grabbing?
Are you going to be? Do you have the deft enough hand maneuvers?
A and C
Or is
at
it
the
not
same
so
time.
simple after all.
To bust up, to catch a fade. I might have exhausted all of my psychological insight on Gen Zers.
Yeah.
I don't.
You gotta really have to Slumdog Millionaire this one, dude.
I haven't seen that movie, but I hear it's good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Ooh. Ooh. To bust up, to catch a fade. To bust up, to catch a fade. Freya, what do you think? Fuck, you're useless.
Fuck, she's baby.
How did I get that one wrong, honestly?
I mean, because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Thanks, Steven. I can always count on you.
Of course.
God, my indecision is definitely giving you enough content to cut out the click back throughs if you so choose.
Possible.
To bust up, to catch a fade. To bust up, to catch a fade. To bust up or to catch a fade.
We're down to it, man. It's a coin flip at this point.
Hey Google, flip a coin. Heads were busting up, tails were catching a fade.
You got heads.
Heads, it's to bust up, baby!
We're going with the coin flip. A, to bust up.
That was 60-40 what I think I was going to lean towards. Once I caught that
Zane?
football reference, it seemed too good.
Is that your final answer, to bust up?
Yeah, buddy. If it's wrong, we're busting up.
Zane. I'm sorry.
Yes,
The
dude!
answer was
I did
To
it!
Catch a Fade. You have finished 9 and 6.
Exactly.
A respectable showing.
Also, since Discord mirrors the video that it records, I finished 69, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. Proud of you for that one. Really orchestrated that from the beginning.
Pulling the puppet strings all the way through. All right.
I will say what inspired me to do this is on an older episode, I said something about going onto Urban Dictionary. You're like, who needs to go onto Urban Dictionary anymore? I was like, dude, there's a lot of words out there that you don't know.
You're correct.
Yeah, apparently.
I only ever use Urban Dictionary to cross-reference scuzzy-ass sex acts with high school friends. I didn't really use it to
Right,
educate
right.
myself on the slang of the youth.
Some Cleveland Steamers here. All right, I'll stop streaming now.
Oh, man. That was rough. Period.
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 Takes several seats.
Take several seats is excellent. I love that a
That's
lot.
a good one.
All right. Gen Z, you landed about 15% below my expectations, so not too bad.
Yeah, and I expected you to land 30% below my expectations, so you did well.
But I expected to over-expect from you, so it doesn't count.
And that's what to expect when you're expecting.
Wow, I didn't expect that. But you know what you can expect? Good time when you're listening to
A couple of fellas.
Peace.